the years, I have used Google Sheets in order to create little check boxes that my kids could check off throughout the week to help keep us on track of our assignments every single day. Now, this worked out pretty well, but I really didn't know what I was missing until my friend introduced me to Homeschool Planet, and it has absolutely revolutionized how I do our homeschool planning. Homeschool Planet is an online digital planner. You can also use it to keep track of your school years, attendance, tracking hours, even report cards. But really what I use it for is the planning. Homeschool Planet is extremely customizable, so I'm sure it is going to fit any type of homeschool family there is out there. Homeschool Planet does have a free 30-day trial to be able to check out the planner and see if it might be a good fit for you and your family. After that, as of recording this video, an annual subscription is $69.95 a year, and then a monthly subscription is $7.95. Now I'm going to go ahead and log in and show you why I love the Homeschool Planet planner so much. So when you log into Homeschool Planet, here's what you're going to see. It is very customizable. You can change the background, you can change your kiddos' pictures, their names. I just stuck with their grades. And then I also have a feature on that puts this little dot next to them so that it correlates to the assignments they have over here. So I know that this subject, my 5th and 4th grader are going to have to do. And then over here, this just has blue, so I know this is just for my 2nd grader. But something over here that has all 3 colors is going to be for all 3 of my kiddos together. So you can see that all of the lessons are right on the top here, and this is where I put everything. Now, it looks very overwhelming. You're probably looking at this and going, you do all of that with your kids every single day? And I mean, yes, but it also looks more daunting because I'm in the everyone view. You can, and we'll take a look in a little bit, change it to just one student's view. And trust me, it does not look like this much. But a few other features I wanted to point out is we have our reading lists over here. You can change these widgets. You can see there's a bunch you can put at the bottom, and they have a bunch of different types. I've only ever really used the reading list. There's a weather, a to-do, a shopping list. You can see all the different ones. I've only done the reading list. So what I use it for is I am using it for our 23-24 read alouds. So these are all of the books that we have read aloud and finished and what is in progress. And then I also have a separate list for all of our Ambleside Online Year 3 readings. So we are currently in Year 3, Trimester 1. So these are all of the readings we're doing, and then even an ELA reading. So mostly I use Ambleside Online for all of the history and then a little bit of their literature. Another reason I use the list is to keep track of all of the science topics we learn about. We do have a science curriculum that we do every week on Fridays, but we have so many times like leeches. We learned about leeches one day because the question came up. So I've always kind of done this with my kiddos, is when they have a question, we look it up. And so if I can remember, I will write it down on here just to keep a tab of other things that we are covering, even though it's not in our main curriculum. And the last thing I use the reading list for is to keep track of any field trips we've gone on. Actually, I'm really impressed with us for doing 3 already at this point of the school year. So that's been super fun. We don't normally go on very many field trips at all. So 3 already at the beginning of the year. I'm feeling pretty good about that. So you'll also notice that you can put your assignments, if there are very specific times or if your kiddo is in a very specific class, you can utilize the calendar here. I do not, because at the bottom, I have created a separate calendar that links to my Google Calendar. So I have a Google Calendar that just has all of my boys' events. So if it's baseball games or extracurriculars, anything like that goes on that calendar, and they can click this. It'll open up a Google Calendar and they're able to see what their schedule is. And that works really well for us because I'm already using Google for my work and my personal life. So it makes it really easy that I can just give them this link and then they can open it up and see what they need to see. So this is, again, the teacher's side of Homeschool Planet. When you have an account, each student uses your email, and then you create a password for them so that when they log in, this is the view they will see. They will only see their assignments, even though they can see that all of my kids will have this etiquette factory lesson that they have to do. They all have it because we do it as a group anyway. But when they're done, they can check it off. But they only check off theirs. Each student has their own check off. And then same thing. So now you can see there's not quite so much in one day. He has his etiquette factory we do as a family, some lightning literature, some spelling, math, some Math Facts Pro, which I love that you can add information and extra details in here. So I'm able to utilize this to tell them, here's the username, here's your name, here's your password, and here's the link, so that they can have this one-stop shop of Homeschool Planet and be able to complete all of their assignments. We don't have to have some extra paper somewhere. Where's my password? Where's this? It's all right here. So they can literally log into Homeschool Planet from anywhere and have all of the information they need. Then he has some piano and some Spanish practice. And again, I love being able to put links. This is going to be a link to a YouTube playlist. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they actually have Spanish class. And so again, they go to their calendar, which is a Google Calendar, and that's where I put the link and all the information they need for their class and the exact time. The way Homeschool Spanish Academy works is the time can vary from week to week. So I just put it in my calendar, and it's the one place where they can go and check and know exactly what time they need to be on for their class every single Tuesday and Thursday. But when they don't have class, they do have a YouTube playlist that they will go through, and I change the videos based on what they're learning in class, and then they review their homework. And then there's that calendar again. So not too much. And again, Spanish, piano, Math Facts Pro, these are all things that they do mostly independently anyway. And then it's the math and the reading is what we are working on one-on-one with each of my kiddos. Now, I do want to point out really quick that this Homeschool Planet kind of review is not going to be going over the nitty-gritty details of how to use Homeschool Planet. They have a free trial that you can utilize, and if you do the free trial, you can try it out. They have a Getting Started series. They have a user guide to help walk you through this process. So I do want to show you real quick how to create one class or assignment and start to schedule this. So I have already set up my classes. So let's give my kiddos some typing that they're going to have to do. So if I was to do typing with them, I would use Typing Club, and then I'm going to use this for all of my kiddos. So you can select exactly who you want this assignment to be for. So the first thing you'll see is there are shared assignments, or for this one subject, you can give each student a different assignment. For the sake of simplicity, let's go ahead and just do shared assignments. Again, there is grading. You can set up grading, descriptions, tracking hours, adding extra resources, very customizable. I'm not going to get into any of that right this second. Let's go ahead and let's do selected days of the week. I like to do Monday through Thursday. Let's leave Friday a little bit open just for fun. And it's going to start today, and then it's going to keep on going through the end of our school year. And let's give everybody the same assignments. So there is an assignment generator, and this is a cool feature because as you can see, you can have it repeat the same assignment. So you don't have to type into every single box for the next multiple months on what all the assignments are. You can also, if you have a long reading list that you want broken up, it will do that for you. You might have a reoccurring pattern like 1A, 1B, 1C. It'll kind of do that for you. And you have a specific number of assignments that need to be completed by a date, it will break it all. So this is really cool. I'm going to use the most simple one of just repeating the same assignment. Again, you mark in when you want it to start, if you want multiple assignments on a day, and set up those. And then you can say, let's see, Typing Club has lessons, complete lesson, and you can use these fun little codes like they show up here. And now it says complete lesson 1, and then it goes down and it continues. Let's say, I've already started the school year. My kiddos might be already on lesson 25. So you can start them right there on that lesson. So this is just kind of to show you briefly how customizable this can be. But for here, I'm just going to say complete lesson. That way, if they miss a day, maybe I don't care if they get through all of their Typing Club as long as they're attempting it on most days. So we're just going to say complete lesson. It's going to pop that in to everything. You're going to say yes. It's just verifying you do want it to say the same thing. There are lots of pop-ups as you're doing this, so don't feel like it will tell you, hey, is this really what you want? You can always say, don't show me again. I'm still not confident with this program to know that I'm not going to mess something up. So I like the little pop-ups. So yes, this is exactly what I want. So now here they are. Bam. So if I save and close, it has now populated it in, and it did not put it on Friday, and then it's going to go into the next week as well. And then if you want to delete, if you're like, oh no, that's not what I wanted, it's very easy to delete. You don't have to do it one by one. You can delete every day or just this day. Maybe you didn't want it on that one Wednesday specifically, but we're going to say every day and delete it, and now they're gone. So creating assignments is pretty simple, and it is awesome how customizable it is. So you can see here that Etiquette Factory, I just utilized the day and then put the code so that it would do day 26 for me, day 27, day 28. Whereas with Primary Mathematics, I just said complete lesson. The way my Primary Mathematics is set up, there's not a specific number that's exactly the same, but my kiddos, we've been using Primary Mathematics since the kindergarten, basically. So they know the routine for how that works. And then lastly, for our ELA, I did not type all this in. This is part of Homeschool Planet does already have lesson plans for some popular curriculums that you can input right into yours. So it wrote all this out for me. If I was doing this on my own, I wouldn't say I need this. I could easily just say Lightning Literature week 1, day 1, week 1, day 2, and it would have this pattern, and I could set that up. But I do like that it has exactly what pages. Even though my boys have what pages they need in their book, it is kind of nice for them to be able to look ahead easily on their calendar and know, oh, okay, we're going to get to page 105 this week. So that is how I use Homeschool Planet. Like I said, there is a lot more to unpack here. There's grading, tracking class hours. You can create, you can set your school year and your vacations, which I have done. There's general settings, lots of different things that you can go into, make this very customizable for you. And that is the beauty of it. That's why I love it. I love that each kid can log in and know exactly what they have to do. I love that I'm not having to go in and plan every single Sunday. I have already sat down at the beginning of the school year and set everything up. And if I want to change it, I can still make changes. But it's easy because everything is still in here from week to week, from day to day. It doesn't really matter. If there is ever a day where you did not check off everything for the previous day and you come in the next day, it will give you a pop-up and it'll say, hey, these were not marked as complete. What would you like to do with it? So I just kind of threw these in here for my own kids. The video and discussion for Etiquette Factory, you can say, ask me next time. Never show this. Maybe you didn't do it and you just don't plan on doing it. You're just going to leave it alone. You can mark it complete. This happens for me all the time. My kids or I forget to go in here and actually check it off. You can delete the item. Again, maybe you don't want to do it. You don't want to see it anymore. You can also carry it forward and leave the schedule alone so you can move it to the next day that it's scheduled. Or you can actually shift the schedule. So you're saying, hey, I'm going to move this assignment to today, and then I want all the other assignments to also shift one day. So that's totally up to you and what you want to do. For now, I'm just going to select Ask Me Next Time for all of them. If you're not sure that Homeschool Planet's right for you, or you just want something a little simpler, I will leave a link to my video along with a free download so that you can access the Google Sheets checklist that I've been using before. See you next time, and happy homeschooling.